One ICE agent responded to this by raising a new flag in place of the destroyed one, sending a loud and clear message, not in or America, which is why border czar Tom Homan says they won't be intimidated.
We're going to double down and triple down on sanctuary cities. Why? Not because they're blue, because we know they're recent public safety threats to the streets every day.
Instead of ICE agents being thanked for their heroic work, DHS says attacks on these agents have jumped nearly 700% since this time last year.
Despite the increasing danger for law enforcement officers, Democrats are doubling down on their anti-ICE rhetoric. Senate Democrats Alex Padilla and Cory Booker have now introduced a bill that would ban ICE agents from wearing masks and force them to wear identification badges, essentially doxing themselves.
It's a surefire way to put ICE agents in even more danger, but Eric Swalwell doesn't care, posting on X, "Real men don't hide their faces." Is that you, Swalwell, outside in a pink mask like a real man? Thankfully, not all Democrats take their advice from Swalwell. Senator John Fetterman sure won't be supporting this bill.
Absolutely unacceptable, terrible, awful. ICE agents are just doing their job, and I fully support that. People in my party might, want to abolish it or treat them as criminals or anything. That's inappropriate and outrageous.
With us now, Endeavor PAC founder Tiffany Smiley. Tiffany, it's great to have you. And I don't know which part of this makes me more mad, the things that they're doing to ICE agents, the burning of the American flag, or the fact that the Democrats are wasting time and saying the agents need to dox themselves. What about every anti-immigration rally that we've seen over the course of the last few weeks and months in California? Every single person had a mask. When you go back to all of those anti-Semitism rallies, people are calling for death to Jews. They're covering their faces. They're wrapping their heads up. But this is where the Democrats want to focus their attention.
Yeah, terrorists can wear masks, but hardworking Americans and law enforcement who's protecting America can't. These law enforcement officers, ICE agents, are wearing masks to protect themselves and their families from being doxxed or targeted from suspect or known terrorists. And unfortunately, Democrats are encouraging violence. We saw there's a 700% surge in assaults against ICE agents. This is unacceptable in our country. I went down to the border when Joe Biden was president, and I talked to ICE agents who were trying to do their job, who their hands were tied. They were trying to protect the American people. They didn't have funding. They didn't have support. Now they have the funding. Now they have the support. They're actively going out and doing their jobs, and they are American heroes. And then meanwhile, we have Democrats who are advocating for violence against them. It's absolutely un-American. And there's vocal Democrats out there advocating against it. I think of Tim Walz calling them the modern day Gestapo.
Right. You
think of Newsom and Mayor Bass, who are vilifying ICE agents. But also, what about the Democrats that are just absolutely silent and refuse to denounce this?
Well, to your point, Tiffany, I haven't heard of any of these Democrat leaders condemning what's been happening to ICE agents. And you pointed out what Tim Walz said. You also have Jayapal calling ICE a terrorist force. You had a vice mayor in California calling for gangs. Florence and the 18th Street gang to take back their turf. And then you have that Axios article where you have the Democrat base calling for blood, that someone has to be willing to get shot, that civility is not working anymore. They need to turn to violence. So I guess, where is this heading?
Well, it's not heading well for the Democrats because violence is not going to work in this country anymore. The American people spoke loud and clear with a mandate in November that they want change and they want something new for our country. Number one was securing our border. I think the big, beautiful bill and $150 billion just went to the border to permanently secure it for Americans. That's not Democrat or Republican. That's just safety of our future. So Democrats, I'm anxious to hear someone denounce this violence against our ICE agents and encourage the support to protect Americans, protect our cities. And I just want to say also that Tom Homan is a national treasure to this country. We are lucky to have him. ICE agents are lucky to have him in their corner. And I think Democrats need to come out. I'd be anxious to hear them denounce this and stand up for America, stand up for the American people.
I think their
bottom line-
silence tells us everything.
Absolutely,
yeah,
it
but the bottom
does.
line is they like the open border. They wanted
Yes.
laws broken for people to come in this country, and they don't want them deported. I mean, that is their biggest issue. But Tiffany, while we have you, I want to get to this beauty. Gavin Newsom, his state still reeling from wildfires. He's on tour in rural South Carolina this week, and it's an attempt to kind of connect with Trump country. He wants to do an about-face, and what a better way to do it than to attack Trump.
What we're experiencing is America in reverse. They're trying to bring us back to a pre-1960s world on voting rights. You know it well. Civil rights, LGBTQ rights, women's rights, and not just access to abortion, but also access to simple reproductive care.
I mean, really?
I didn't realize that the 2028 Democrat primary had already started.
Sure has.
But I think don't worry about Gavin Newsom. I'm pretty sure he's leaving his problems in South Carolina and focused now on ruining and running our country into the ground. Or perhaps maybe he is out looking for the thousands of families that fled California under his rule.
What do you think his chances are if he's to enter which, let's be honest, he's doing it, right? He's going to enter the 2028 race. What are his chances?
Well, I think it's been fascinating just to watch the Democrat Party sort of crumble right before our eyes. And if he's the best that they have, that kind of says a lot.
And
I
listen,
don't know what his chances will be.
He puts on a good
He
charm
puts on-
offensive. He's dangerous.
Well, he's trying to moderate his positions. He, started the Campaign for Democracy PAC in 2023 to fund other Democrat campaigns. He's increased his national presence with a debate on Sean Hannity against DeSantis. And then now he's got this podcast, right? So, if you read the tea leaves, he's running. But Tiffany Smiley, you're the best. Thanks for
Thank
joining us.
you.
We appreciate it.